Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking about the labor force topic. The construction of pyramids would have required a large workforce, including skilled craftsmen, engineers, and laborers. While there is evidence that some workers were skilled and well treated, it's also likely that a significant portion of the labor force consisted of conscripted peasants or slaves. Um, Based on recent archaeological evidence, this theory has been disproven. It's clear that the labor force consisted primarily of skilled workers, artisans, and seasonal laborers. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence comes from the discovery of workers' villages, which are near the Giza pyramids. Workers lived in organized communities with designated areas for food production, housing, and administrative activities. Large scale bakeries and breweries were discovered, suggesting that workers were well fed and had access to ample nutrition. This is significant because it indicates the state provided for workers' needs, something not typical for slaves who would have been treated very differently. We can see this in the article Uncovering the Workers' Villages of the Giza Pyramid Builders, and another article where slaves used to build the pyramids at Giza. And another article, See the Workers' Dwelling and Cemetery of Those Who Built the Pyramids at Giza. And another article, The Private Lives of Pyramid Builders. All these articles back up the idea or the point that workers lived in organized communities and had housing and food. Another point is that workers were buried in a hierarchical manner. Skilled artisans and overseers had larger tombs, such as mastabas, indicating their respected status. In contrast, lower-ranking laborers had simpler, more modest burials. We can see this in the article, See the Workers' Dwelling and Cemetery of Those Who Built the Pyramids at Giza, and Understanding the Labor Force for Pyramid Building in Ancient Egypt. And then another article called Were Slaves Used to Build the Pyramids at Giza. All these talk about the different, how they were buried and showing, their respected status, and the presence of religious artifacts, inscriptions, and personal items in the tombs of workers suggests that how they held a respected role in society and believed in the afterlife, a belief that would have been important for a well-treated workforce. We can see that the article Uncovering the Workers' Village of the Giza Pyramid Builders and Were Slaves Used to Build the Pyramids at Giza, and The Private Lives of Pyramid Builders all show how these workers were buried, with their personal items and religious artifacts, showing that they were respected. Another point is the workers' health, which they had access to medical care, the presence of medical tools, and evidence of successful surgeries on workers' remains suggests that health care was available to them, to those who were involved in pyramid construction. This type of care is a clear indication that these workers were valued and cared for. Again, not the typical treatment for slaves. We can see that in the article See the Workers' Dwelling and Cemetery of Those Who Built the Pyramids at Giza. And then the other article Uncovering the Workers' Village of the Giza Pyramid Builders and Understanding the Labor Force for Pyramid Building in Ancient Egypt, which all show that many workers showed signs of healed fractures, that they received good quality medical care, they were well fed, and that it showed that they were cared for. And then the workers' diet. Another point is the workers' diet, which composed of bread, beer, fish, and vegetables, which show that they were nourished and their physical demanding work This would have ensured their strength and health during the years of labor required for the pyramid projects. And we can see this in the article, See the Workers' Dwelling and Cemetery of Those Who Built the Pyramids at Giza, uncovering the workers' village of Giza and the pyramid builders, and understanding the labor force of pyramid builders, which all talk about what they would eat, how their diet, and how they were nourished, and all these, how what helped them to be able to work fine. And then another point is, contrary to the myth of slaves being forced into labor, research suggests that most pyramid workers were skilled laborers, seasonal workers, and craftsmen, who were highly organized and worked in teams. And then the presence of specialized tools such as chisels and hammers, along with evidence of advanced engineering techniques, suggests the notation that these workers had particular skills and were essential to the pyramid constructions. Workers were likely organized into teams, each with specific tasks to maximize efficiency. These workers were not slaves, but part of a coordinated effort led by skilled professionals. And we can see this in the article, Ancient Pyramids in Egypt, workers in ancient Egypt, and were slaves used to build the pyramids at Giza. All these prove the point that these workers of these pyramids were not slaves, but that they were skilled laborers and